Today, I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool that you can add to your defense no matter what it is that you run. In fact, right now, I'm going to run nothing but $3-2.
Traitor.
Although this is something that I think if you guys run big nickel over G, which is my base defense, you guys will want to take a look at cover 3 match plays, such as cover 3 seam. Now, with this particular defense, we're going to make sure our match coverage is on. And with this particular play, what we're going to do is we're going to add this to our audible. So rather than having cover 3 buzz spy, I'm going to go ahead and add in cover 3 seam. What this is going to do is this is going to be something that allows me to, on the fly, access this match coverage, because there are specific instances in the game where this is a very, very good defense. Now, traditionally, we know that you're not going to be able to run cover 3 match against this. So we would come out in something, for instance, cover 4 drop. Maybe we set up some, coverage, just kind of create a hybrid coverage call. But one of the things a lot of players do in Madden is they like to motion across. So it's no longer a bunch formation. This is where our cover 3 check is going to come into play. So if you have the cover 3 match play in your audibles, we'll audible into the cover 3 seam on the fly. What this is going to do is this is going to activate the match coverage. Now, what a lot of players don't realize is that when you have 2 receivers to a side and they're spread out, this will activate the match principles of a cover 3 seam or buzz seam or match style defense. So what this will do is it effectively allows the seam flat defender, which is our pink zone that's in the slot, to match the second receiver if he runs a vertical route. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to run a runoff route, just a streak and a corner route. Pretty normal. It's what we face all the time when we play this game. And the cool thing about this is that our slot corner will end up, rather than playing the flat, it will jump the corner route and play match. Now, the hook zone linebacker that is on this side, Ed O'Neill, he's going to take the running back if he swings out to the flat. So this hook curl defender, if you're using him, that is your responsibility as the running back swinging, because you will not have the seam flat matching. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click off, and I'll show you guys here that when we snap this ball, Dickerson to the flat, you're going to get that matched. If we go to throw these corner routes, this is obviously going to be covered. So this is a really cool thing that you guys can mix in on the fly anytime your opponent motions from whatever they break the huddle in into a doubles look. If you guys are enjoying today's YouTube video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We're over 32,000 subscribers here on the Madden YouTube channel, and I'll continue to drop these types of nuggets for you guys Monday through Friday with long form videos in the morning and our shorts in the afternoon. Now, the downside is that the cover 3 match only applies into twins looks, meaning 2 receivers to a side spread out. If I were to call cover 3 seam against this particular bunch look, it's going to play no different than cover 3 drop.
No way.
So really what this allows us to do, if you think about it, in this particular instance of having cover 3 seam, we have this blitzing slot corner. This is a great candidate to individually man up somebody on this play while rushing 3. You still have a flat zone that'll basically be a curl flat zone. You also have an outside third here that's going to play the outside break. Preferably try to man up the player that's going to run the corner route here. So that way, when somebody decides that they want to motion out Hester and run that deep corner route, you still have the ability to play man-to-man on it and have somebody that can play that in the event that, for whatever reason, the corner route gets open against the zone, you have somebody individually manned up. You don't necessarily have to press with this. Another instance where this is actually quite good is when you're facing a trips tight end type formation, but not necessarily when it's trip spread. It's again, when they like to motion across. These motion concepts are prevalent in pretty much any offense you're going to face online. Anytime my opponent decides that they want to motion a guy across, and this creates 2x2 with 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, the running back in the backfield on either side, this is a candidate for you to call a cover 3 match play. Now, again, with this, the purple zones will match the second receiver. So you see here in this example, we have Troy Polamalu. He is our seam flat defender. If the tight end on this side, which is our second receiver, decides to run a sail route, he's going to match it. And the really cool thing about this is that we now have a wild card player that we can use right here. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and man him up on the running back, this allowing me to use this hook curl and not have to worry about the running back. But you're going to see here when we snap this ball, the sail route will be matched by Polamalu, and you're going to have the match on the streak to the outside. So it's just a great check that you can use anytime they go to a twins look. Now, I've gotten some questions before about cover 3 match. It's one of those defenses that more so use it on the fly, not necessarily a base defense. Does it match when the second receiver runs over the middle? And the answer is yes. So right here, what we're going to do is motion across, and we'll have a backside dig. Again, I'm going to audible into the cover 3 match. Alexander is going to match the slot receiver on the in route. And it's really nice because, again, we've got our match rules. I can kind of play out here, and then you see that the in route from the backside is matched in the slot. Just a really cheeky way of being able to handle 2x2 formations. A lot of players are going to come out in bunch or trips and make it tough for you to play a match style coverage. They motion across to create a numbers change from 3x1 to 2x2, which a lot of times is tough to adjust on the fly with. So you guys audible into a cover 3 match style play. It's going to be able to just give you a nice solid foundation defense that you guys can run on the fly. Now, again, this is not something you ever want to call against tight or bunch or 3x1. And it's not necessarily that you can't get matching principles on this. It's just that it's really not that good of a coverage. Okay. So when we go ahead and run, for instance, this trips look, if I'm running a flood combo, you're not really going to get matching principles on this. Now, the backside solo receiver could be matched, but the problem is a lot of times with this type of defense that the running back will oftentimes beat his man on a wheel route. This is the same problem that you'll oftentimes run into when you're talking about match quarters with the quarter flat against a running back wheel. Again, it's not necessarily something that you just want to call out of the huddle. More or less, it's something you audible into when the time is right. Let me give you another example. Let's say that somebody decides to motion across. They want to run a C route and a streak with a running back in the table route. This is an opportunity for you to go into the cover 3 seam. And when they snap this ball, and I'm going to spy this rush real quick. When they snap this ball, you'll notice that you have match. And you see that the C route, which is usually a short side route that a lot of players like to throw, gets matched by this concept. Players love this C route concept. In fact, I just did a video on the C route yesterday here on the channel. And this is something that, again, you see that this swap off occurs. See right here, I was able to really play match on this. It's not even really a swap off. It's just we match the streak, we match the C route. You got help over the top in the middle third. Now running back to the flat is played by the hook curl defender. So we have everything handled. This is a great call that nobody uses when people motion to have twins. And this is something that I think a lot of you guys should be adding into your defense. Now, if you're in dollar, the play is cover 3 seam. If you're in over G, could be cover 3 buzz seam or cover 3 seam altogether. Obviously, if you guys are running other defenses, something that you should be aware of is that even if it's a blitz style cover 3, all you need to do is look for the presence of those pink zones indicating that it is a match. So let's say, for instance, we got this 4-3 even 6-1 Sam blitz 3. If our opponent is in a 2x2, this is actually going to still be able to play match coverage, albeit you're going to be relying on linebackers to play this, but there are quite a few in the game that can do a pretty good job. The other thing that's really neat about this as well is that outside linebackers in this game do get the seam flat adjustment as a audible. So I can hot route rather Clay Matthews into the seam flat. I could user Polamalu, and you'll see that if Tony G runs a vertical route, Clay Matthews will match it. Now, Clay Matthews is not a coverage player, so be advised, but this just shows you that linebacker rules can and will sometimes play match. And actually, Clay did a pretty good job right there on that corner route. So if you guys ever struggle with those little 2x2 formations, those slot receivers running posts or running corner routes, you're not sure what you want to do with it, the seam flat is a very good adjustment, either hot routed on the fly or audible into a cover 3 match altogether. But again, make sure that it is a 2x2 formation when you guys do this. This should be in your audibles as a coverage check. That's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are feeding for more, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. I talk about it in every video, so I'm not going to talk your ear off here today. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.